a decade ago, a man's fantasy became reality in a form never seen before. Kitchen Stadium, a giant cooking arena. The motivation for spending his fortune to create Kitchen Stadium was to encounter new original cuisines, which could be called true artistic creations.
On cuisine!
To realize his dream, he started choosing the top chefs of various styles of cooking. And he named his men the Iron Chefs, the invincible men of culinary skills. Iron Chef Japanese is Rokusaburo Michiba. Iron Chef French is Hiroyuki Sakai. Iron Chef Chinese is Chen Kenichi. And Masahiko Kobe is Iron Chef Italian. Kitchen Stadium is the arena where Iron Chefs await the challenges of master chefs from all over the world. Both the Iron Chef and Challenger have 1 hour to tackle the theme ingredient of the day, using all their senses, skills, creativity. They're to prepare artistic dishes never tasted before. And if ever a challenger wins over the Iron Chef, he or she will gain the people's ovation and fame forever. Every battle, reputations are on the line in Kitchen Stadium, where master chefs pit their artistic creations against each other. What inspiration will today's challenger bring? And how will the Iron Chef fight back? The heat will be on!
If memory serves me right, in the very first tag team battle, Iron Chefs Michiba and Chen were defeated by the challengers, a heavyweight in French cooking in Japan, Joël Bruon, and his top apprentice. Joël Bruon. He studied under Paul Bocuse, dubbed the Emperor in French cuisine at the height of his career. Joël was his top apprentice. He is one of the first to introduce authentic French cuisine to Japan, the ambassador of French food, if you will. He is now a highly respected figure in the field of French cooking, serving as the vice chairman of Académie Culinaire de France. He recently approached me with a disturbing proposal. He says if he beats Sakai, he wants him to step down and replace him as Iron Chef French.
I definitely want to do it, please. You always have the same 3 Japanese chefs. How about 1 Frenchman up there? Not a bad idea, I think. It'll be a nice change having 1 French person there. I really think so. Me, Joël, I'll do my best. I promise.
His arrogance infuriates me, yet how can I refuse? So I'll introduce him once again. Head chef of Joël in Aoyama, Joël Bruon. He started apprenticing under the great Paul Bocuse at age 19. 5 years later, he was dispatched to Japan to open one of the first French restaurants serving authentic recipes in downtown Tokyo. He is now the head chef of his own establishment in Aoyama. Joël, the father of French cuisine in Japan versus Iron Chef Sakai. This will indeed be a pinnacle battle.
Sakai-san has come a long way. I watch this show every week, but he's only lost 2 or 3 battles so far. Right now in Japan, Sakai-san is #1. Among Japanese chefs, #1.
So now, Joël, let us see if your skills handed down from Paul Bocuse will replace Iron Chef Sakai.
No one knows the outcome. Sakai-san is a great chef, so I'll have to do my best. I'd say it's a 50-50 chance.
Today, a challenger who's already won once here, looking to win again and possibly replace one of our Iron Chefs. And with us to witness the proceedings, actress Pinko Izumi. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Izumi-san, I understand that money's no object when it comes to fashion and clothing, but what about food and dining?
Oh, I love eating good food more than anything.
Some say you're even a gourmet.
But I don't know much about French food.
Okay, well, in that case, you'll get a real eyeful today.
Really? Good.
Yeah. Okay, and our commentator, Dr. Yukio Hattori. Doc?
Always a pleasure.
All right, let's bring on Chairman Kaga.
フランス料理界の皇帝ポール・ボキューズ。彼の愛弟子であり日本にフレンチを広めた張本人がまたしてもやってまいりました。しかも今回は三鉄人制覇を達成し鉄人の座を狙っているとか、日本のフレンチ界のトップに君臨するその技を見せてもらうのではありませんか。さあ皆さん大きな拍手でお迎えください。フランス料理アカデミー副会長ジョエル・ブリアン。
All right, entering the stadium, the Frenchman and his apprentice, who together beat Iron Chefs Michiba and Chen in our first doubles battle. But today, Joel going solo, looking for his own place in Kitchen Stadium.
Thank you.
どうもようこそ久しぶりです。前回は2人の鉄人に黒星をつけたわけですが、それでもまだ物足りませんか？
There's one more left, you know.
鉄人の座を狙っているというのは本当でしょうか？
Yes, that's true. I really want to be an Iron Chef.
本当です。
Oh yes, I kid you not.
そうですか。まあ彼らもそうは簡単には許さないと思いますが、さあそれでは我が美食アカデミーが誇る3人の鉄人を登場させましょう。よみがえるがいいアイアンシェフ。
Now ascending into Kitchen Stadium, the nation's culinary leaders, your Iron Chefs. Iron Chef Chinese Chen Kenichi, Iron Chef French Hiroyuki Sakai, and Iron Chef Japanese Roxaburo Michiba. Here they stand, the invincible men of culinary skills.
前回は道場とチンを倒しました。聞くまでもありませんが、誰と戦いますか？
Sakai-san, please.
Formalities aside, Sakai it is. Joel going mano a mano against the Iron Chef French, Hiroyuki Sakai. One of the first chefs to fuse Japanese techniques with French recipes. And for his artistic use of form and color in his dishes, he's known as the Delacroix of French cuisine. Today's battle has all the promise of a heavyweight title fight.
今日から9月。9月といえば北海道では秋。北海道で秋の味覚といえば川に登ってくるあの魚です。それでは発表します。今日のテーマはこれです。今日のテーマは社会。
A challenger coming in to try and drop a third Iron Chef, albeit the other two going down in a doubles fight. Iron Chef Sakai being hunted by challenger Bruan. Chairman Kaga saying he'll consider having Bruan replace Sakai should he win. Pressure's on big time. We are set. Let's get it on.
Alright, cuisine!
Bang a gong, we are on. And Bruan, hand extended. Iron Chef shaking it. 60 minutes of cooking begin, and Sakai first up there. Now Bruan up there pretty quickly too, but Sakai's got the first choice and pulling that one away. In one sense, he's fighting on behalf of his beaten comrades, and maybe the race up there, gender selection, right?
Right, sure.
The chefs can tell just by looking at it, the fish?
Well, it's the face of the fish is what they're looking at. The ones with a crooked face normally are the males.
Crooked face?
Right, and the ones that are a bit more gentle looking, those are female.
From the floor, Shinichirota, go!
Regarding the salmon that have been provided for today's theme, there are 3 males but only 1 female, and Sakai-san was shouting to his assistants, the female, I've got to have the female, which one is it? I'm taking that one. Challenger Joel just mumbled and gave him a look like, who cares?
All right, Sakai's got it, and look at at this.
Oh, he's got the tool
Check
case.
out the contents.
Yeah, this is look at all the knives in there. Wow.
Incredible there.
There's some of them that even I don't recognize.
Coming into Kitchen Stadium, armed and dangerous, there's got to be at least 10 knives in there. And Izumi-san, okay, when it comes to salmon, which dishes do you like, do you prefer to have?
You know, we don't use the whole fish. We get sliced ones at the supermarket, right? So I don't know whether it's a male or female.
Okay, and here's Sakai slicing open this one. Stadium stock knife does the job.
That one looks like male there.
Yep, no roe in it.
Right, and you can tell by the face, it was kind of curved, a little slanted almost.
All right, and now here on the challenger side, assistant cutting into this one.
I think that's also a male, too.
Okay, working with one of the males they've got over there.
Right, yeah.
Kusan?
Yes.
We just heard that the female ended up on the challenger side.
What?
Okay. Well, Sakai-san kind of missed that one, misread the face.
Okay, read him and weep. Not so easy.
Well,
right
here we go.
Here, okay, the challenger side, salmon roe.
Yeah, there it is.
No mistake in that. There's your proof. Challenger Bruin getting the only female of the bunch. And who knows? The salmon roe could be the difference.
Sure. And right now, if you look at the Iron Chef, he's banging on the bones over here, or like the head, I mean.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's just before a sauce, or not sauce, a soup.
Soup?
Yeah, something on those lines.
Gonna leave the bones in that?
It could be done, but it wouldn't taste that well, I don't think.
You're probably thinking about camping or something.
Yeah, you're right. That's what it reminded me of. Yeah. Now here.
Okay, the Iron Chef, he's got the innards there.
Oh, what for?
Good question, yeah.
For eating?
Well, they're good if they're fresh, yeah?
Kusan?
Yes.
I asked Iron Chef Sakai what he thinks about Joel Braun, who is about 150 pounds bigger than he is, and he said, so he wants to be a heavyweight Iron Chef, huh? No way he's getting my job.
All right, determination personified, and it may be instructive to look at Sakai's record in fish-themed battles. He's had 5 and won them all.
Wow.
So salmon, definitely a theme ingredient which should allow him to operate in his comfort zone. The only problem, this guy on the other side, Joel Bruin, he is motivation personified, and he's got visions of becoming the Iron Chef French. Needs to win to do that, to be considered for that. But of course, Sakai is going to try like all heck to block it.
Well, that's true. And, the Iron Chef, he often adds, like, new trends of Japanese cooking, right? Like, even filleting techniques in French dishes, right? So the Challenger, on the other hand, he's always walked the classic path, the authentic classic French food, catering to, quite wealthy clients.
A real
who just
missionary
love the classic
of French
things.
cuisine.
Yeah. So I'm really curious as to whether he's going to show us some modern touches or if he's just going to go with the standard classic routine.
Well, I just want to eat the same things the rich people eat.
All right. Yeah, well, let's get back to the cooking here. And Doc, he spread some kind of oil all over the plastic wrap right here.
Yeah. So...
To steam something?
I don't think so.
Really? Oh, no, the plastic melt.
My guess is that he'll be trying to shape something?
Well,
like stuffing or...
Is it possible this would be one of the so-called dishes for the rich?
I like that.
Okay. Now, Sakai here, very thin slicing of this one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that.
Almost like thin slices for smoked salmon.
Right, yeah.
And laying these down right here. Perhaps he does have a plan to come up with some smoked salmon, offer that to the tasters.
Could be, sure.
Is that cheese over there on the Challenger side?
I think he was working with some butter, wasn't he?
Butter?
Like French butter, I believe.
Oh, the one he's grating now.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that. Yes, I think that is cheese.
Hold
right.
it. This is cheese?
No, wait, it could be an apple. Wait a minute. What is that?
Kusan?
Yes.
Those are all good guesses, but what he's actually grating is a potato.
Oh,
Potato.
All right, way off on that.
not even close. Yeah, sorry.
Okay, now the Iron Chef side, pressure cooker here, and I believe perhaps a stew.
With garlic?
Not sure if that's garlic in there.
I saw garlic going in there.
Oh, okay, it is in there, yes.
The ingredients in Sakai-san's pot include onions, leeks, carrots, burdock, celery, potatoes, garlic, and turnips. And he said this is going to be a soup using the salmon innards.
All right, thanks. A soup and some abalone in there too, I believe.
Oh, abalone. Okay.
Wow, the whole piece in it.
Okay, well, that won't take very long in a pressure cooker, right? About 30 minutes or so to become very tender.
All right, now how about this over here?
15 minutes.
Potatoes and the yachting we're seeing.
Yeah, that's a mix, I think. Is
Grated
what we're gonna do
potatoes
here. Yeah.
and some salmon there.
I wish it turned out to be a croquette.
All right, Izumi-san placing her short order there.
Well, it could happen. Hard to tell.
All right, now, Sakai and time for innards.
Oh, that's in the milk there. He's
Giving
got,
them a milk bath.
Right, yeah.
Oh, for masking the smell.
Exactly.
Salmon innards soaking in milk.
Right.
Getting rid of the smell.
Right. You do that with liver as well, too. It's called masking.
Right,
actually,
we've
yeah.
seen that often here.
Yeah, that happens quite a bit.
Kusan?
Yes.
I asked Iron Chef Sakai what he thinks of the quality of the salmon today, and he said the meat is a bit softer than he's used to.
All right, so Sakai dealing with salmon that's not as firm firm is what he's used to working with. Now cutting up some pieces here, smaller fillets, and shaping them. Any idea where he might be headed here?
I'd say sautéing.
Okay, well, cutting in and shaping then for a possible sauté job.
Right, yeah, or grilling, or maybe, oh, hang on, look at the Challenger
is
here.
Is that what we were looking at? The potato?
Oh, I think so, yeah.
Salmon? No.
Oh. No, I think you're right.
He fried it.
Yeah, this one's sort of like okonomiyaki.
Yeah, it does, isn't it?
And giving that one some good heat right there, too.
What is it?
I think this will be used like a base, and maybe some thinly sliced salmon on top, perhaps, something along those lines.
Okay, and that's on the Challenger side. Now the Iron Chef bacon right there.
Yes, wrapped with bacon.
Yeah.
Is this for pan frying, too?
Yeah, sauté,
Interesting touch.
Yeah, the saltiness of the bacon should make for a really nice match on this.
Bacon wrapped salmon steaks. And now with Challenger Joel Bruin, big man hunkered down over the potato and salmon omelet-like item.
Okay, and he's pulled that out, I see. So I think this will be like the base, right? And he'll put the salmon actually on top of that.
Okay, and that would be doubling down on salmon as it's also in there.
You're right, it is, yeah.
Okay, and now here, still on their side.
Okay, this is, I think he's making a sauce right now, isn't he? Hard to tell.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, he says it's just plain old eggs.
All right, just eggs.
Okay, well, that's two misses on my part, sorry.
Egg sauce is not an option.
No, it's not.
Maybe for mixing with something else?
Well, hard to tell at this point what they're planning over there.
Okay, but hang on just a second here. Now, what's this on? This is the Iron Chef, right?
Yes.
What the Iron Chef is mixing in this bowl is half soba or buckwheat flour and half sifted regular flour.
Any possibilities?
I think he's making a pancake of sort, like a blini.
Of sorts?
Yeah, it's like a pancake, but it's like Otis said, half buckwheat flour, half regular flour.
Okay, blini.
Yeah, and you see them often served with caviar. The pancakes that come with it, yeah? So they're called blinis.
All right, so might have some caviar coming there. Now back on the other side.
I see the eggs.
Okay, these are the eggs. Yes.
Yeah, as you've noticed, in this bowl, the Challenger has combined eggs, salmon, and chives.
Okay, and plating them in small bowls there.
So maybe he's just going to plainly steam this?
Steam them from this point on?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, just take them over as is?
I think so. That's my guess.
Where are they going?
Okay, I think I missed that as well.
All right, 30 minutes gone, 30 to go into the second half of the Salmon Battle. A high-stakes, all-French cuisine fight, Bruin versus Sakai.
Now, this is the innards that we're cooking in milk, right?
Right. He went on to even boil them in milk.
So that would be totally...
So they've been soaking and stewing in milk for some time now.
Yeah, so that smell will be completely masked.
Fukusan!
Yes?
Iron Chef Sakai has placed his pressure cooker back on the stove because we're told the potatoes aren't ready yet.
Oh, okay.
And just another quick note, he says that he's going to have 5 dishes today.
All right,
Wow.
Sakai gunning for 5, and Bruin now nice-looking hunk of salmon right there.
Oh, yeah. Now, is he just going to use that as is? He put some
pretty
salt on there, right?
bold there.
Yeah. Well, salmon, is a definite winner when you utilize the skin,
Yes,
right?
a great firm texture.
Right, that is
so
correct.
Savory when grilled.
Oh, yeah, it's wonderful, isn't
Oh,
it?
what's going on?
Challenger side still, and here using the salmon roe for flavor and decoration.
That's going in just as is, yeah.
Basically uncooked there.
Yeah,
Raw?
I don't think he's going to be cooking this any further.
I wonder if he's planning to add anything else to this. As is, right there, it'll be quite soft.
But this alone looks like school lunch.
All right.
Fukusan,
Yes.
the Challenger has told us that at the moment he's putting all of his effort into just 3 dishes.
Okay, going to let the chips fall where they will on just 3 dishes, and look at that into the second half. The big man sweating up a storm. Shedding some pounds here. Didn't want to tell us what his weight was before, but he did assure us that he had lost some weight over the summer. All right, let's see if we can get over the Iron Chef side. Think he's getting ready to make some smoked salmon.
Okay, some wood chips, right.
Check it out.
I think that's cherry wood chips.
Okay, and getting some rather big pieces. Yes.
Hattori-san is right. These are cherry wood chips, and he's also got some sugar mixed in as well. He explains that adds a touch of sweet aroma to the
Okay,
salmon.
a little twist to that. And
No, great.
And that's, the innards. Yeah.
innards also getting the smoke.
Wonderful.
Sweet smoking.
Right, almost caramelized in flavor, I guess.
Cover that up now.
Yeah, you have to be really careful, though, because you can easily just char the whole thing. I mean, you really have to control the flames.
Not the only thing you got to control. I understand, Izumi-san, you watched at home the battle where Sakai deep-fried corn silk, inspiring you to try that?
Yes, I did.
How'd that turn out?
I ended up with a bunch of black hairy garbage.
Gotta control the heat. Bet you learned something, though, for the next time you do that.
Not even close to what he had. That's why they're pros.
Well, not just pros, but cooking all-stars, and looking at the work of one of them right here, Sakai.
Oh, that's what we saw.
Right. He's going to make those blinis we talked about.
They look like pancakes.
Yeah, they're normally hors d'oeuvres, so
Okay.
Oh, that looks great.
Cooking up in the oven. They did fry this, though, right?
Really? I don't think you did.
I think they did. They gave a little fry job at first.
Oh, right. Sorry, yes, you grilled the skin, right?
Okay, and now into the oven, and doesn't that look wonderful?
Yeah, it does.
Yes.
Now, let's go back over the challenger here. Take a look at
Okay,
this.
got him in our sights right here.
I think he heard you talking about grilling the skin.
It could be, yeah.
But there's sea urchin next to
Okay,
it.
now these haven't been cooked, though, right?
No, these are different ones. These are for something totally
But
different,
you
I
can't
think.
eat this raw.
No, you wouldn't do that.
And skin is on them.
So they'd be grilled until it gets a little crispy.
I wish he grills it.
Okay, now with Sakai, smoked salmon.
Yeah,
now, do you give these a flip and continue?
You don't really need to, no.
It's kind of steamed.
Okay, but it didn't look solid there.
Well, I don't think it's quite ready
And
yet.
did you see? It looked like he was going to wrap it in the bellini.
It could be a wrap or combined definitely with this somehow, yeah.
Okay, Iron Chef working with that combo. Smoked salmon wrapped in a bellini pancake. And now on the other side, think the salmon's coming out? Assistant over there removing the salmon, and check that out.
Wow.
Looks like it's done.
Now what?
Well, I think what you want to do is wait until serving, because you could be into trouble if you tried slicing it here.
Like if you tried to slice it now, it might fall apart.
You think so?
Yeah, when you cook it this much, this degree, the only choice to do is to basically cut it up in front of the guests.
Right at serving time then.
Right, yeah.
All right, well, tasters should definitely be looking forward to that one. And now on the Iron Chef side, cookie cutter action right here.
Fukusan?
Yes.
I asked Iron Chef Sakai how he's doing for time, and his answer was he's doing fine. He says, I'll make it, don't worry. He appears to be full of confidence today.
No problem, all right.
Look like he's got a lot of time today.
Trying to stay alive with 5 and taking no chances about possibly being replaced.
Oh, look at this, rolling up
look
the
at
smoked
that.
salmon.
Jumbo sized right there, and 15 minutes
Oh,
left.
this is where it gets really exciting.
3/4 of the cooking time gone. The chefs have got to make it happen from here on out. Finish the salmon dishes they'll present to the panel. Sakai and Challenger Joel Bruin.
Fukusan?
Yes.
I asked Challenger Joel how he's doing on time, and his reply was one word, Daijobu, which is Japanese for I'm fine, but he's using less Japanese and more French on his assistants, which is a sign that he feels that time is running out.
Just like last time, at least he had Furutaka on his side, then he understands French.
Right, yeah. Now, let's swing over to the Iron Chef here. He's got the smoked innards, right? So I'm thinking he'll stuff it either in the potatoes or maybe vice versa.
Like a Farsi, that'd be.
Ooh, I have taught you well, my friend.
Why don't you have a special episode covers all those French terms?
We want you to tune in every week.
Now, look at this, the Iron Chef's pressure
Okay,
cooker.
getting up on it there.
Now, where's my abalone? My abalone.
Okay, now, hang on. Let's look at the Challenger here.
Grilling the skin? He heard you.
Well, I don't know if he's taking mine.
Yeah.
Oh, this will be good, yeah.
Added meat to it.
Yeah.
Fukusan?
Yes.
Challenger Joel Bruin pointed his finger at the grilled skin and shouted in Japanese, this is the best part of the whole salmon.
Well, I just love that stuff too.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
without a
And
doubt.
getting some high heat treatment right there.
Right, yeah.
Now, where is he going with it? As it is?
He could serve it almost like a stick that you kind of nibble
Hey,
on.
kind of like a beer snack there.
Could be.
Oh, I smell garlic.
Oh, yeah.
Now, look at the Iron Chef here. He's getting ready to, which one's that? The
Bacon wrapped
right,
steaks
the bacon,
there.
yeah.
And hold it. That doesn't look like bacon.
Well, around the bacon, he's also added a layer of fat, I think.
Okay.
Is he going to remove it?
That will actually melt off as he cooks it.
All right. A lot of flavor to be imparted
Yeah,
then.
right.
And hear that sizzling there.
And around the bacon there's that extra layer of lard, right?
So to keep the bacon in place.
Well, that's one reason, but actually the most important thing is for the flavor. You don't really need to do it, especially with this fish, because the level of fat in salmon is quite high, right?
Yeah.
And it's really good content. But he may have another reason for this.
Okay, now Bruin removing them.
Way to go.
Oh, just what we wanted, yeah.
You know, it almost looks like it could be the work of Iron Chef Japanese meat shiva right there.
You're right.
Does not look anything like a French dish.
Not at all, no.
Aristocrats eat this stuff? Not so different from what we eat at home.
All right, well, maybe for the high society types, this is something, a new thing, a new experience in French cooking.
That could be.
10
All right,
minutes
10
to
minutes
go.
left now.
Is that the Iron Chef stew?
Not too sure there.
And is that the sauce?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, he has seasoned it.
Right, yeah.
Okay, and the innards in there.
Yeah, seasoned.
Okay.
Yeah, flavored a little bit.
Fukusan?
Yes.
Iron Chef Sakai has added truffles to this stewed dish.
All right, thanks. And you can see them there, small pieces.
Expensive, aren't they?
They are, and I think the whole point of this dish is combining like luxurious items along with basic cutoffs and throwaways. It's interesting.
Yeah, that makes it very special.
Well, that's one, Doc, that you and I should get a nibble on
Oh,
before
yeah.
we are all done with everything here today.
Now, take a look at the Challenger here. He's working with ozayu.
Okay, and that is,
Well, it's called scampo in Japan.
and scampo is what?
Okay, sorry. It's like an herb, and it's almost a little bit sour, yeah? I think it's called sorrel in English.
Sorrel? Okay, there.
A foreign plant?
Foreign, but what country, I'm not sure. I know it's just not indigenous to Japan.
All right, Challenger in his element there. Yes.
Do you remember the salmon that Challenger had wrapped in plastic?
Yeah.
He said that wrapped in plastic dish is a recipe from Tragros restaurant in Paris.
All right, thanks, Ota.
Okay, I think I got it. Remember the sorrel, that herb I was telling you about? It's a recipe from Tragros, the combining salmon and sorrel. So it's one of the icon dishes that he created. It's very, very famous.
All right, so today, Challenger Joel Braun, he is going all out, try and win a spot as an Iron Chef. And now, Sakai, the plating begins. Bacon and fat wrap, thick salmon fillets.
What's that at the bottom?
Yeah, what is that?
I think onions.
Okay, could be onions or perhaps some pieces of cabbage there.
No, I think onions, yeah.
Okay, a couple of layers of onions then.
Oh, it's smelling so nice.
Okay, now back with Bruan. This is the one that is the Tragros specialty that's been marinated.
Was it?
Not really. This is going to be combined with the oseyu.
Okay.
The sorrel sauce will go on top of this. That's what I was trying to express.
Okay, so it's
before,
not really marinated then.
No, it's wrapped in some kind of oil, really, but there's no sourness or anything along those lines, so you can't really call it a marinade.
Okay, and now here, let's see this.
What do we have here?
What are those on top?
Oh, okay, I think I got it.
Bread.
Okay,
Oh, you eat it with this.
Dip in and eat it there.
Yeah.
Interesting approach by the Challenger on this one.
Now, I thought he had some turnips kicking around, too. Where did they go?
Now, are these soft roe on top?
Yes, it is.
Okay,
yeah.
but taking it off to do a little more with it. Yes.
Oh, and truffles as
Truffles,
well.
too. Just look at that.
Go ahead, Ota.
Thank you. This dish that you see Iron Chef working on has a layer of onions cooked in the pressure cooker on the bottom and a spoonful of salmon soft roe on top.
Got it.
Okay,
Soft roe and truffles?
Yeah. Little truffles sprinkled on
Okay,
top.
both sides raising the presentation bar.
Oh, okay, now here
Now
we go.
what?
Sorrel sauce will be added to
Okay, and these are the slices that were packed tight in some plastic wrap, and the oil he used having penetrated into the salmon right there.
Right, exactly.
And sauteed just a bit, not too much.
Right, very lightly.
Lightly.
Yeah.
Okay, and now back on Sakai's side and a topping of caviar, smoked salmon residing inside that pancake right there.
Right, and normally blinis are eaten just with the caviar, right? But he's added salmon in this as well, obviously.
Okay, and there is a nice shot of one of the finished pieces, and Sakai with one in the books.
Now, the Challenger has a soup here. Or
Okay,
something.
inside of 5 minutes now, Bruan, some kind of soup.
Okay, remember that really large grilled salmon piece?
Oh, yes.
I think this will be the sauce for that.
Okay, and closing in on, yes.
That's right. The ingredients in this large white bowl are a blend of olive oil, shallots, leeks, carrots, and sauteed salmon, and this is going to be the sauce for the larger grilled salmon that you see next to it.
Okay, wow.
The Challenger has sea urchin roe and
So,
caviar.
uni and caviar.
What a combo, and he's laying down right there on top of his potato salmon pancakes, and which also had the crushed salmon heads in it.
Right, some corn as well, if I
And
remember.
potatoes.
Delectable looking delight, courtesy of Challenger Bruan. Look at that now, swinging back to the Iron Chef, and this from the pressure cooker.
Now,
Now, what
is-
about my abolone?
I think it's still in there. I think.
Yes.
In this pot, we're being told that the Iron Chef has combined salmon broth, turnips, leeks, potatoes, and soy sauce. Back to you.
So is
Okay.
this a soup then?
Salmon soup then.
So, how about the abalone then?
Yeah, my abalone is missing.
I think it must still be in there.
Isn't that going to be served? The potatoes are in there, just for the broth?
Could have been used just for the broth. I bet you some of the staffers will be fighting over that later.
Okay, here we go.
All right. Oh, adding it at
it's
last.
Just about heartbroken.
You know, if you didn't say something, you might not have done that. I noticed him kind of smiling as we were talking about it, so maybe he forgot.
Of course, I'm not rich enough to pass this opportunity. I am not going to allow using abalone just for the broth.
Okay, well, Sakai, maybe taking a little pity on us regular folks here. But right now, not much time for fooling around. It is crunch time, and he's got to bring in his 5.
And how much left?
About $1.05 left on the clock.
Oh, no. I feel like going down there and helping out. 1 minute
Okay,
to
there it
go.
is. A minute to go. The final 60 seconds of a spirited 60 minutes of cooking. Challenger Bruan appearing to be in complete command.
I like French people. They don't panic.
Appears to have things under control over there. He's been here before, part of a victorious doubles team, dropping Iron Chefs Michiba and Chen, and now Sakai in his scope with the goal of taking down a third Iron Chef and muscling in to get a spot on the Academy's roster. 30 seconds left.
Is salmon popular in French cuisine?
Very popular. It's actually one of the more popular dishes. in French
Okay,
food.
and today, 2 top-caliber French cuisine stars duking it out with the salmon. Tasters moments away from beginning what should be a real treat treat. Sakai, regarded as the top man in Japan in the world of French cuisine here. Joël Bruant, among the first missionaries of authentic classic French cuisine to this country, now trying to rock the boat and become an Iron Chef himself. Final seconds ticking down, and that's it. The cooking's done. The salmon battle is over.
Another fine job.
Thank you very much.
And how do you feel after this battle?
As I said before, this 1 hour rule is very tough.
Yes, of course.
But today it was salmon, an ingredient that fits nicely with French food. So I did what I could. I made dishes served at 3-star restaurants.
Wonderful.
I think they're very good.
And do you think there's a new Iron Chef in town?
That's my goal.
Okay. You were moving pretty fast through the hour. How was that?
Well, I was really pressed for time today,
really?
To be honest.
Huh.
Yeah, pressed for time.
Okay.
I probably tried to do more than I should have.
And Joel-san says that he's ready to step in and take over as an Iron Chef.
I know.
What do you think?
It's not that easy. Yeah.
Challenger Bruant is offering 5 dishes. First, grilled salmon with skin. A simple-looking starter, but the savory finish of the skin and the saltiness of the meat near the back are well balanced. Second, salmon, corn, and potato galette. The way it was made allowed the potatoes to absorb the essence of salmon, and it was finished up by adding saltiness with the caviar. It's accompanied by a red wine sauce, flavor of which is light and slightly sweet. Third, salmon and salmon roe and scrambled eggs. The Challenger presents a colorful dish using salmon roe to flavor as well as decorate. The brioche pieces match well with the eggs. Fourth dish is pièce de résistance, roast salmon and bouillabaisse. A sizable block of a center section of salmon was cooked slowly in the oven at a high temperature. For the ever so juicy and tender salmon meat, Challenger Bruant offers a soup made with white wine and saffron. The flavor of the soup, eaten together with the salmon meat, adds a stunning degree of depth to this dish. Last is salmon slices with oseille sauce, a recreation of a recipe by the great Pierre Tragros. Lightly cooked, thin slices of salmon are brought to exquisite heights, accompanied as they'll be by the sweet and sour sorrel sauce. Iron Chef Sakai is offering 4 dishes, beginning with the appetizer, smoked salmon innards with potato pie. Using milk to mask the unpleasant smell of the innards does the job. No trace of that's left, and the innards go great with the potato pie. Second, salmon and buckwheat crepe. The somewhat wild texture of buckwheat flour and the saltiness of caviar help draw out the natural flavor of sautéed salmon. The third dish is sautéed salmon and bacon. Thick steak fillets wrapped in bacon, which adds body to the salmon. The sweetness of the onions at the bottom adds more flavor for the sauce. Last is salmon soup, made from salmon heads and bones. The just about melting gristle and cartilage and the flavor of the vegetables achieve an amazing harmony in this soup, closing the meal. Bocuse, a man who tops the short list of the masters of French cuisine. This man began his apprenticeship under Bocuse at the age of 19. 5 years later, dispatched to Japan to spread the gospel of French cuisine. Today's challenger, Joël Bruant. No stranger to Kitchen Stadium, he's gunning this time for Iron Chef French Hiroyuki Sakai. Chairman Kaga unveils the theme, the fish that comes back to the rivers this time of year, salmon. Challenger Bruant finishing with the flurry, an array of sauces and dishes, 5 in all. Iron Chef Sakai, fighting to hold on to his post, comes in with the set of 4. And now the moment of truth, tasting and judgment. On the panel today for the Salmon Battle are former Lower House member Shinichiro Kurimoto, actress Pinko Izumi, and culinary critic Asako Kishi. First, the dishes of Challenger Bruant.
Well, you didn't start with a sauce, icon of French food. It's cooked, and it's just fresh enough that you can eat it raw. And the skin is done so nicely. It's a masterpiece.
I want rice.
I know what you mean.
Warm rice. This is very good. This is the best part of salmon, I think.
Well, the gourmets ask for this part.
Then I'm a gourmet.
I sense the aroma of salmon and its sweetness, and the potatoes add texture to it. I can enjoy this with just the sauce and pancake. Oh, you don't call it pancake.
Galette.
Oh, yes, the galette alone is nice.
When I put it in my mouth, I can taste the potatoes and salmon, but because the corn remains in my mouth, the flavor of corn as a result overpowers the salmon.
The salmon meat, when you serve it raw, is, well, usually somewhat slimy. It's not quite sharp enough. You utilize that aspect of the salmon and enveloped the soft salmon meat in the eggs and finished it in quite a cool dish.
You added salmon to the warm eggs and then cooked it lightly. You cooked it just right, so that's why the ikura or salmon roast stayed raw. The balance of flavors in this is very well articulated.
Now Challenger Bruon serving his roast salmon and bouillabaisse.
この鮭とこのスープですね。この取り合わせ以外。
I like this a lot. The vegetables are not too soft, and everything is so well balanced.
Well, it's a soup in appearance, but it's really a great salmon dish. I mean, what I mean by that is, well, the salmon meat is so soft, it's almost loose, and you take advantage of that characteristic in a very creative way.
And the last dish, and now adding the sorrel sauce.
This, to be honest, is what I like best.
This is difficult.
Difficult to make?
The sauce is key. I spent more than 30 minutes on this one.
Salmon is a fish that seems tasty, but not really. But you managed to create 5 different dishes. And the sorrel sauce is a masterpiece.
Now up the dishes of Iron Chef Sakai.
Well, for a starter, I think this is a great choice. The slight bitterness, well, matches well with the potato at the base. It feels nice on my tongue.
Very good. I shouldn't throw away salmon innards anymore.
It doesn't have any smell at all, and the texture is the highlight of this dish. The firmness and the chewy, crunchy texture of the innards add to the experience, I think.
When eaten with the crepe, the flavor changes entirely.
Yes, correct.
And the sauce is very mild and light.
Well, it's good because you used buckwheat flour. The coarse texture enhances it, as does the subtle aroma of buckwheat. And the salmon is done just right.
It's just the right amount of caviar. And the light sauce, it's so well balanced. It draws out the flavor of the salmon. And the buckwheat crepe is nice visually, but it's a bit weak in flavor, and that's what I'm questioning here. The salmon meat, honestly, turned out too soft, in my opinion. Even with the skill level of the Iron Chef, the salmon meat was tough to control. With this, it was a bit too much to handle, if I may say so myself.
It's a bit flaky. I mean, compared with the previous dish, that is. And this is a bit heavy after that one, I think.
And now the Iron Chef serving his soup, his closer for today.
In the summer, when appetite is subsiding, I'm going to make this at home, without the abalone, that is. His dishes are perfect for the Japanese palate, I think.
The sweet and sour flavors, well, it's what makes this a European flavor. And the head of the salmon is really what made the soup stock so great, with all the other ingredients in it. You know, this is a standard dish. I know that, but it's just so wonderfully executed. Yes.
Salmon Battle verdict coming. We'll find out which chef makes it all the way upstream.
日本に本格的フランス料理を伝えたのが1971年。あれから24年が経ちました。今日のこの戦いによって自らが伝えたフランス料理の日本での発展を知ることができたと思います。素晴らしい試合でした。それでは発表します。
A fantastic battle today, elevated by the man who's brought authentic French cuisine to Japan. Challenger Joël Bruon, already a winner here once before, again displaying what makes French cuisine at its core. Iron Chef Sakai trying to hold off the challenger and hold on to his post at the same time. Who takes it? Whose cuisine reigns supreme?
鉄人酒井宏之
It's the Iron Chef coming through Sakai! Perhaps his biggest win ever, given the stakes and the caliber of the competition in Bruon, bouncing back the French heavyweight in this title bout. Man alive, what a show today, and the joy evident all the way upstream, holding off, holding up, and holding on. Iron Chef French Hiroyuki Sakai.